In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to fold my origami shooting star. This is a model that I just came up with today and I think it looks really nice. Especially if you make it out of gold foil and red. It gives a really nice effect. So for this model you need 2 square sheets of paper with a different color. They has to be equal. So we are going to divide one of them into seconds. And once you've done that, you're going to cut it in 4 equal parts with a knife. So you're just going to cut along. And then you should have 4 pieces of paper. And we're just going to use these for later. Now we are going to work on the star part. So we're going to divide into 8 equal parts in both directions. Oh, and we're going to crease diagonally first. And now divide into 8 in both directions. And this that we're using here is going to be the golden part. So in this star it's going to be a blue star and yellow inserts. And now when we are done with that, we are going to do some pre-creasing. So if you get confused with the pre-creasing, you can always go to the link in the video description to a crease pattern on my Flickr page. So that should make it easier if you're having trouble with this. Okay, so now we're going to first do this. Okay, so now we are going to just fold it in half and rotate it. And you can see that one crease here and here. We are going to have it in this direction and folding along the angle bisector. So just fold it down, and once you have it aligned, then just crease onto here. This little crease here, and then unfold. It should be like this, that you have created a crease along here. Then just do the same thing in the opposite direction. And up onto this crease here. And now you should have this. You're just going to pinch everything into mountain folds, because in the end we are going to have these mountain folds, because then it will be much easier to collapse, and in the end it is going to be mountain folds. So now just do the same thing in the opposite direction. And just crease onto here, or onto here, this point. Now just do the same thing on the other side. And now when you unfold, you should have a diamond shape in both this direction and the other direction. And you're going to pinch them into mountain folds. So you should have these creases. And now we are kind of going to do the same thing here. So we get diamond shapes along this. So by doing that, you are going to take this crease and align it here with this crease. And by doing that, you are just going to make a fold up until this point, the same as in the other direction. Or it is actually going to be a mounted fold, so but you can turn it over and do it like this. So once you're done, you should have this diamond shape. Here. And you just want to make these extra creases so it is symmetrically repeated all the way around. Once you're done with that, you should have this. You have 4 diamond shapes that are lining up with each other, and together they form a star shape. So now you're going to rotate it like this, and where these 2 diamond shapes end and make an intersection, we are going to focus on this line. We have to make sure that this is a valley line, as well as all the other ones. And then you can see here, we are going to take this and we're going to align it here. And then make a crease along the angle bisector. And the crease should end on the diagonal crease. And you just do that in the opposite direction as well. So you should have this. And now, actually, okay, this is mountain fold and this is valley. So I'm now marking a valley fold, because this is a valley fold. And when we collapse it, we're eventually going to do like this, so. And you're going to do that on all the other sides. You should now have this. Now remember, these that are marked with gold, these are valley lines. And they are supposed to be valley lines, because it will collapse easier in the end then. So now we are going to make a fold that starts in this point and ends right in this point right here. And it is going to be a mountain fold. So just crease the mountain fold. So you should have this, and do it in the opposite direction. So your crease pattern should look like this. So now just draw it to clear it up. And these, as I said, are just mountain folds. So it should be like this. And now do that in all the other directions. crease pattern should now look like this, where these are mountain fold that goes like this along the diagonal of of a rectangle of 1, 2. Now we are going to do one last pre-creasing all the way around before we start to collapse the model. And that crease is going to start here, where this ends and goes down. It's going to just be a small diagonal crease, and you can do it by just folding this up. So there are one diamond left here, and then in the bottom just crease one of the diagonals. And then that is the pre-creasing you need here, and on the other side here. And you can actually do it like this, where you do it both here by doing like this, and then here. Then it goes double, twice as fast, but I was just detailed, I wanted to show it like this. And these are mount valley folds, so we are going to mark them with gold marker. And then just continue that all the way around. When you have done all of that pre-creasing, we can now start collapsing the model. So to collapse the model, I will recommend you do this as shown. You just make this into mountain folds, and along these two gold valley lines we are going to push like this. So it just does this. And we are going to do that all the way around. And then your model should look like this. So we are now going to form the star shape by looking at this and make these into mountain folds. And then do that all the way around. You should now have your puffy star shape. So now we are going to look at one of these, and we're going to concentrate on these folds, because we're going to, oh, that was actually supposed to be a mountain fold. Sorry about that. So we're going to collapse along here, so it does this. And if you like, you can make a fold here, so you can get a nice crease here, so it is more 3D. So we could just do that, but that is up to you, to your taste. If you want a more smooth look, I personally prefer it like this. Okay, back to this. Okay, we were collapsing it. And we were collapsing it by just pushing and making these mountain folds. Now just take all four corners and try to push together. So you should have this, which is your completed molecule. But before we call it a completed molecule, it's basically a completed molecule. You have to fold along here. And repeat on the other side. So you should have this. And this is your completed shooting star molecule. So for these, which are the inserts that are going to give a nice color change. We are going to use another sheet that has been divided into 8 equal parts in both directions. This sheet is the same size as the blue sheet we use for the shooting star molecule. So when you have divided it into 8, you're just going to make 2 creases here. And turn it around. And now where I marked this, because we are going to use this as a folding tool for the connecting units or the inserts. So we are going to place it like this. Oh, so with the right side up. And then just fold along. The edge of the folding tool. And you should have this. And now just fold up here. Turn it around. Fold it here, so along the edge behind, and then fold in along this crease here. And now just take it and reverse the crease and fold this back. And this is one completed connecting module. So I'll just do that a couple more times so you remember. Okay, sorry, I lost one of my other modules. I'm just going to use this. Okay, so now it is the assembly of all our units and modules. So we are going to have it like this. We are going to do this. And on the back it should look like this. And we just do that again now. Now it overlaps the other one. And just turn it around again. Put it in. And it should overlap here. Oops. And for the last one, I just have this white one. You do the same thing, and on the back you have to make sure it goes under the other ones. Just try to get everything neat. And now your shooting star is complete. This is how it looks like from the back and the front.